Episode 75. At noon, while not every player above level 20 was in a dungeon, the vast majority of them were. It was the third day of the new server, and everyone was still riding that wave of manic leveling. As for players below level 20, they couldn't even leave the starter village. The affairs of Frost Forest had nothing to do with them. When was the goblin merchant discovered? Who was the first to find it? Just how many players discovered it? That's anyone's guess. In any case, Tyrannical Ambition had now received the news and immediately notified the guild members. Those not in a dungeon rushed over, while those inside sped up their progress. Yi Shu was of course also notified.
The goblin merchants spawned. Let's hurry, I need to get over there.
Yi Shu's team also picked up the pace under his command, leaving Tianqi and the others green with envy. Under Yi Shu's powerful command, their own progress was lightning fast. They cleared the Frost Forest dungeon in 28 minutes. After exiting, Yi Shu contacted Ye Wei Yang. Their team had also cleared it and were now heading for the goblin merchant's location. Once Yi Shu got the location, he immediately commanded Lord Grimm to head there at full speed. Tianqi and the others said they wanted to watch the show, and Ye Shu didn't stop them. The dense heart of Frost Forest is the dungeon, while the vast, more open outer ring is the leveling area. Along the way, Yi Shu spotted quite a few players whose running direction was remarkably similar to Lord Grimm's. After all, Frost Forest wasn't like the Bone Burial Grounds. It had a much broader player base. Ambition for the wild bosses wasn't limited to the 3 major guilds. Many other guilds actively participated in these hunts, and quite a few had achieved remarkable results. After all, the 3 major guilds were always checking each other, creating an opening, and Ye Shu wasn't the only one who knew how to exploit it.
I see you.
Yi Shu was running when a message suddenly popped up. He saw it was from Yi Wei Yang and glanced around. Sure enough, there she was. Yi Wei Yang sent over a party invite. Lord Grimm had already left Tianqi's team after exiting the dungeon. Yi Shu accepted the invitation and joined the team. It was clearly Tyrannical Ambition's main raid party, with their guild leader Cold Autumn as the captain.
Welcome, Lord Grimm.
Yi Wei Yang typed in the party chat, sending a clapping emoji, and a string of people below copied the applause. Yi Shu didn't hesitate, replying with a cupped fist salute emoji. The 2 parties met up and switched to voice chat.
That's a lot of people.
Right. This time it's not just the 3 major guilds. A lot of people are going to come and join the fun.
Besides Herb Garden and Blue Brook, which other guilds are serious contenders?
The Dynasty, Samsara, Misty Rain Pavilion, Void Breakers, 100 Blossoms Valley, Wind Howl Manor, and 301.
Alright, enough.
Yi Shu realized Yi Wei Yang was about to launch into a long-winded explanation.
It's just a goblin merchant. Plenty of people are capable of killing it.
With a situation this complex, Lord Grimm, what do you think is the key?
Guild leader Cold Night Crossing came over and asked.
Aggro.
Yi Shu cut straight to the point.
Whichever side can hold the goblins' aggro steady, that side will have the initiative.
But you have to understand, the one who holds the aggro is holding the attention of every single player in the raid.
So you can't have just one person holding the aggro.
Not just one?
Right. So for this high damage team, the DPS control has to be absolutely perfect. You need to guarantee that at any moment, on command, anyone can instantly pull OT.
Just how much do you love a brute force team anyway?
Won't that lead to a lot of casualties?
If we make full use of the forest terrain, there won't necessarily be many casualties.
What's the plan?
Get me 5 DPS with level 20 or higher purple tier weapons. That shouldn't be a problem, right?
No problem. Everyone in this team has a purple weapon.
I have a purple weapon.
No clerics.
What class do we need?
All ranged is best.
I'll call for some people.
As Night Crossing the Cold Pond said, it was obvious his team couldn't possibly be carrying 5 ranged DPS.
They'll be here any second.
Weapon specs.
Hey, hold on a sec.
Night Crossing Coldpool went to gather more information, then sent it over to us piece by piece. The Gunner class is a pure long-range specialist. Beyond that, both the Mage and the Spellblade have some ranged capabilities. The 5 players Night Tide Coldpool had gathered consisted of 3 gunners, a sharpshooter, a launcher, and a Spitfire. The other 2 were an Elementalist and a Spellblade. All of them were equipped with standard-issue purple weapons suited to their respective classes. Yi Shu scanned them and then asked,
And their skill levels?
Yi Duhan went to ask, and a moment later he had listed off the skill choices and levels of all 5 people.
Do you have any more?
Big bro, just tell me everything you need at once, please.
I'm the guild leader, knight crossing the cold pool, and I'm practically in tears here, running back and forth like a secretary. Is this any way to act?
I need a clear picture of the DPS output from all 5 of them.
You should have said so earlier. I'll just have them pull up their personal stats.
Output capability isn't just about raw stats. What special effects does the weapon have? Does the gear have any additional skills? What's the skill damage? Is that on the personal panel?
Big bro, I was wrong.
Once again, Knight crossing the cold pool went to ask, tears streaming down his face. After he'd gotten a handle on the equipment, Yi Shu said,
If you've gone through all that, do you really need to check the stats panel?
Probably not, right?
Knight crossing the cold pond had no idea if that was a rhetorical question or a genuine one, so he asked one in return.
Get into position, all 5 of you.
You're leading the DPS team. What about us?
We're the ones pulling aggro. You guys are the DPS.
Knight crossing the cold pool is running off in tears again. I feel like a total newbie. What am I supposed to do?
Look, a goblin merchant.
Yi Shu and the others kept moving forward, gathering information as they went. They finally reached their destination, and the forest was a scene of bustling activity, with players shouting and scrambling to capture the goblin merchant. This goblin merchant was also clad in green hide, but his face lacked the cunning of the goblin mobs found in the woods or dungeons. He looked downright honest. He carried a huge backpack on his back, darting nimbly through the woods. Every so often, his hand would dive into the pack, pulling out a random item to hurl behind him. Firecrackers, grenades, Molotov cocktails, bricks, bottles, you name it. Judging by the situation, the players hadn't discovered the goblin merchant for too long. At the very least, they hadn't managed to form any kind of effective encirclement yet. The goblin merchant led the way, muttering in a tongue none of them could understand. A Molotov cocktail was thrown, igniting a sea of flames. The goblin merchant then leaped nimbly from a tree stump. A flash of sword light cut through the dim forest, its energy whipping up a line of dead leaves that scattered into the air. The goblin merchant in midair was struck squarely by the slash and landed. It was the Blade Master skill, Draw Sword Slash. The person who stepped out from behind the tree was Blue River.